Alright, so we're going to do another model car here, and we're going to show you the build here. So we're going to start off here with the Revell 25th Anniversary Pontiac Trans Am. This is the 1994 Trans Am. This is personally one of my all-time favorite cars. I really, really love this body style. So when I saw it, I had to pick it up. So let's take a look at it first, and then we'll go through the build. So you take it out of the box. First off, you got the cool postcard that Monogram used to, or Revell used to throw in the boxes here. That's telling you to send for catalog, $3. It's got some cool builds on it there. Always liked that Stingray 3. That was cool. I built a couple of those in the past. Very cool. We take that, go to the decal sheet. It has the 25th Anniversary Classic Blue striping, the Trans Am logos, a bunch of stuff for the engine. I really like this one here. There's a car sales lot sticker for the window. That's cool. Maybe I'll use that. Instructions is the classic Revell fold out instructions. Woo! Basically shows it. Nothing fancy, nothing special. This is typical, looking at the pieces, which I'll show you here in a second. This is just typical Revell stuff here. Very basic for an average modeler. God, I love that body style for the Trans Am. That's so cool. Alright, so let's look at some pieces here. Use my green thing here. So, here's the bottom chassis, some wheel backing, some brakes, some suspension pieces. Nice little detail on the bottom there. Give it a black wash, all the lines will show up. Put that off to the side. Next one is a chrome tree. It's got the wheels, the muffler exhaust, the mirrors, some engine parts. Very cool. Next one I have, all these parts have been washed already, so I've looked at them already. There's a door panel. I like those panels. Very nice. The hood. The vents. Spoiler. Alright, underneath the hood looks real nice. Little flash there underneath there. There's a little bit of flash on this model kit, but not too much. Nothing you can't work with. Like around the shocks there, you got to really stand around. There, it's got the mold lines. The engine, the rear suspension, all one part here with the drive shaft. No big deal. I know some people cut that off to do it separately. I'll just paint it all together and detail paint it. Next here is the clear red transparent plastic. That's your rear tail lights. I'm not sure what that piece is for yet, but we'll take a look. As you can see, the flash around it. Trim it up, clean it up. Not a big deal. There's the interior tub. The doors slide in there. The seats are on the next chassis. There's the bottom spoiler for the car. Radiator, some engine parts, exhaust. Flip it this way so you can see it. Very nice, very nice. And here's the front of the car. There's the rear of the car. So you gotta make sure all those pieces fit to the body. You see there's a little flash there at the bottom. Excuse me. Another door panel. Some seats. I'm gonna do two-tone color seats on it. I'll show you when we get to the build. Nice dashboard. Here's the rear seats with the center console. Kind of an interesting setup there, but that's okay. Front seat backings, rear view mirrors, and a steering wheel. Now, for the meat and potatoes, the body. Got all the engine-based stuff molded into the body there. Not too bad. It's a pretty clean body. Just needs a little sanding. Just a couple, being a round body, it's kind of got some rough lines on it, so just sand it down to make it nice and round again. Where the tail lights go. Alright, so there's all the pieces. Now it's all stacked up, so let's get to painting them. Alright, so with a little bit of work done, let me show you what I got here. The front axle, paint it, put together, springs. Looks pretty good. My exhaust, just steel, gold, aluminum on the back. Kept the chrome headers, or the chrome exhaust on it. Looks good. Got the brakes. Nothing fancy, just aluminum red for the pads. My rear axle here, all put together. Do a little touch up on the red shocks there. That's ready to go. My good brake boosters here. Oh, I dropped it. So I got it, well, that's the pedals. Put it the other way. And that's what you see in the engine bay. Just gold, silver, black cap on the top there. Got the bottom chassis. I painted it Rust-Oleum gray. I wanted it gray. Just did a little black and silver on the bottom. No big deal. Got the radiator in. It's ready to go for the engine. Let me show you the engine. The engine, I got the aluminum transmission. I did the silver bell housing. I painted the engine block Pontiac engine blue, which I know on this car would be black. I am not getting a good focus here. So I got the starter there, gloss black, exhaust here, steel, front, all black and silvers. The belt's obviously black. And I got a blue oil filter. So I was going to paint the valve covers actually the body color, but decided that you wouldn't be able to see it anyways. So I just got them in silver right now, fresh coat of silver, and I'll detail those up and pop those bad boys on, and they'll be able to pop it into the chassis. Nothing yet on the interior or the body, but let's keep on rolling. So with some work done here on the interior, I'll show you what I got here. Here's the back seat with the center console here. I did it all with acrylic paints except for the pink. The pink is, what is that? The Tester's Extreme Lacquer, which will be the color of the car. I just spray painted it the pink, the red, the pink, and just did the acrylic paints over it very carefully. This was spray painted gloss black, and I just touched up paint there. So let's get this together. See where we're at. Alright, so here's the chassis all put together. I showed you all the parts. So what it looks like when it's together. Not too bad. The dashboard I did not put in here because it says it goes underneath the body here. So eventually when the body's done, that'll go right over it, and then it'll eventually lay down right in there. So that's the interior. Let's take a look at the chassis here now that the engine is in it and the suspension is done. So here's the engine that we did. Needs a little touch up on this hose right here. Still needs the, I think that's the manifold cover over there. Don't quote me on that, but there's a piece on top of that. I want to touch up a little bit on the valve covers to make it look a little better. You do all this work on here, and unfortunately it covers up most of it, so you don't see any of that. So all this kind of gets covered up here. See, I got the tires on. The tires are directional on this kit, so if you're building the kit, be careful. I want to do another little sandpaper on the tires. And here's the exhaust and suspension underneath it. So overall, it looks really good. And it sits well too. That's a good part right there. So eventually the interior goes up with that, and the body will come right over. Body has been spray painted in primer. All the parts here. So now we're just waiting for a base coat. So after finding out that Rust-Oleum 2X primer as the base does not work with a coat of dupe color over it, I am now sanding it down, and we're going to restart on the body. So a little mishap here, and we'll keep it rolling. So with a lot of sandpaper and a lot of pressure, I seem to have got quite a bit of the paint off. So let's see what happens with some new primer over it. So with the primer on the body, we are now going to start with our colors. So it's going to get a white over, or white under I should say. Should get a white coat, and then we'll go with our main color. Alright, so after a coat of real quick Duplicolor silver metallic, I wanted to do white, but I did not have white. Got some quick silver on here. And now we're going to go, I sanded it a little bit, a little rough on the top there, but it's all smooth, so it should be ready to go. So I'm going to go to my original color, which is going to be the Tester Extreme Lacquer Electric Pink. So let's spray it up. Alright, so after doing Extreme Lacquer Electric Pink on my body here, you can see it's got a nice shine on it. I like the metallic flakes that's coming up in here. So we are now ready to start detailing some of the pieces here. I really like that metallic flake here. So like the engine's got all the molded stuff in here, so pick all this out here and make it look really good and whatnot. I didn't show you the front end. So this is looking really good here. Alright, well, let's paint some stuff. Alright, so with a little work, we're getting close to the home stretch here. So let me show you what I did here in the engine bay here. I just detail painted some silver blacks, but my classic interstate battery that I always do. Trimmed around the edges of the, trimmed around the edges of the window there. That looks pretty decent. Then what I also did was for the windows here, it's going to need another coat. I took a Sharpie and did around the edges here. Needed some touch-ups there because it'll get it cleared in. Usually 2 coats do. You wait about a couple hours between each. So that would be alright. Then I should be able to put that in the body here. I also kind of did a kind of crude painting underneath there, so that way it's got the black that goes with the black interior there. I also painted the flat black and the little, I don't know what you would call that here, but the little lip here where the lights go around it, and for some reason that's black. I would have molded that a separate piece, but whatever. And the airfoil, I got the light in there, that was no big deal. And then I got the lights on the front here that you really can't see with the camera. It's kind of cool because it has this little piece here. Stuff it in the hole there, and it pushes it in, snaps it right in. Both those little lights there, the little clear lenses there. So what I'm going to do now, I got that ready. So what I got to do now is I'm going to give another coat on the inside of these, for the Sharpie on the inside of the windows here. And I'm going to pop them, let it dry for a moment so I don't smear it. And I want to pop the windows on the end underneath the body. And then I believe the interior pops right in the body too. And then that'll be the next time. Well, after the camera goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, for the window here, it says you got to go in through the front window opening and come out the back window opening, which is exactly what I did. As you can see, it needs another coat of Sharpie there to fill that in. But that was a very, very tight squeeze. I had a hard time putting it in, the back window here through the front hole and coming out the side here. But it was a very tight squeeze trying to get it in around the back window frame there. So if you're doing this model, be careful. And then mine here has a little bit of a gap, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of clamp this down a little bit with a little glue to kind of hold it in there so we don't have this wonderful gap there. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up that that will be a little bit of a chore to do as a super tight squeeze. All right, movie magic will get us to the next point. With the glass and interior in, the dashboard goes in first. There's a little clip on the inside where it goes in. It clicks in real easily. And then you push the interior tub underneath. There's a little peg here. and in back where it connects together. So now I have the clips on the car to hold the interior in as it's gluing, because the front end kept wanting to kind of sag out a little bit, which if you put it on the chassis, it probably would fix that problem, but I wanted to make sure I didn't have that problem first. So here we are, holding the car together. Oh, with the back here, I also glued did a little bead of glue along the edge there. That's why the glass is being held down there, so it doesn't. So keep this on for about an hour, and we'll keep rolling. Alright, so here we are with the getting close to the end here. As you can see, I have the car together. It's looking good. I like this. It's nice and sturdy. You pick it up, nothing moves. It feels good. So what I did was, after I got the glass in, finally, nice and sturdy, then put the interior tub up from the bottom. And there's a peg in back and there's a peg in front here, so it kind of goes in there. There's little holes on the interior, and the pegs are underneath the body, so that goes in real nice. Then what I did was I put the front end on. Had a little problem with the front end. There's some clips underneath, under here, where I clipped off because it didn't quite go on right. Not on right, but not pushed back all the way. As you can see on this side here, it looks okay. Goes okay across the front, and over here there's a little gap. I tried my best there. Right now it's glued in, so I'm not doing it no more. The back here, a little bit of a gap right around the light there on both sides, if it focuses. Other than that, it went right in. I put the decal on the back here, but it's got too much of the white film around it, so I didn't do the rest of the decal. I just noticed that my one exhaust sits a little low, so I'm going to have to glue that upward. I did, however, put one of the decals in on the engine there. I trimmed it right up along the edge there, and that looks real nice. There's a couple other ones listed here on the instructions here. I may put those in. So here we are. Put it up here. Hood kind of sits a little high on it. Get those out of the way. But right now, this is a 2004 Trans Am, and it's looking pretty decent. I got a little marker splotch on the top there. Wish that wasn't there, but that's what it is. So, gonna give it a quick cleanup, and we'll be right back with the final on this bad boy. Alright, so here we are at the end of the video. We have come along with me on the journey to build the Revell 25th Anniversary Pontiac Trans Am. This is the 2004 Trans Am. One of my all-time personal favorite cars. So you saw the journey where I actually went right through the instructions, and each by each we built it up. It's a very basic kit. It's pretty easy to put together. There are some tight fits, like the window issue. Not an issue, but window going through the front to the back there. That was a tight squeeze there, but everything worked out really good. So, as we take the cover of the box, and then we just go down, you can see our pink, purple Trans Am. So I'm pretty happy with the results of it. The front bumper didn't quite go up the way I wanted it to. The hood is a very tight squeeze to go up here. As you can see, that kind of sits up high. I think that would actually sit a little better if the front nose actually went on a little better. It sits good. It's a sturdy car. Well, with the hood not falling off, it's a sturdy car. Nothing shakes, nothing rolls. The interior we've seen. I really like the way I did the interior. I think I'm very happy with that. The underneath, nice and clean. Got no complaints there. The engine compartment, it's kind of busy, but it looks good. I'm happy with the way that came out. And overall, I'm happy with the way the model itself came out. So, I'm not going to get that back on there, am I? So, here is the Trans Am. So, I appreciate you guys following through on this video. And Right after here, there will be some pictures at the end. Some very nice photos. Appreciate it if you stay and watch it. Alright, well, I appreciate you watching the whole video. I appreciate hitting the like button. Don't forget to write. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And stay tuned to my channel for some more model cars. Alright, everybody. I'll catch y'all later.